Hey yo, how we doing? So, my son had been asking for a fan because the other kids have a AC in her room and Tay's room, which are both at different ends of the hallway, and Ari's is in the middle. So if he left his door open, in all honesty, he could get the AC from both rooms, but he doesn't. So, he wanted a fan, so I bought him this while I went to Stop and Shop, and then grabbed the fan. Came back, not even 20 minutes. I went to one store, grabbed like whatever we needed for dinner. I can't remember. Oh, rye bread, because we were having turkey clubs. The bacon was in the oven. Told him 10 minutes is on the timer. Watch the bacon. I'm going to the store. I got him a fan, mind you, on my way back. Detour, got the fan, came home, cranked the bacon. So I'm like, so I'm gonna reward you for burning the damn bacon. No, I'm not. So I left the fan in my room for now until he can earn the fan back. He's got my little box fan I have in here. But I had just gone to get him a fan, rewarding him, and he burns my bacon in 10 minutes. So kids are out of control. So I got the wind machine going on right now. It might be a little too much wind, but I figured if I was going to do my try-on, I wanted to have some air up in here, but it's kind of blowish. So I got a story to tell. Remember I said I was doing story time, and then I ran out of time because I was working on videos all day yesterday, and I still got a whole bunch more to do today, but I did say I had a story to tell, so I want to tell it. I'm not going to start story time right now with anything super emotional or anything. Not on my first story time. Okay, episode 1, no, we're not doing that. So I'm not going to go back like, oh, I had my kid at 15, blah, blah, blah. Not today. Maybe a different day, but not today. So let's go start this off. How do we start this? It's a funny story. So my cat has kittens, right? Oreo is Tay's cat. She had kittens in July 17th. July 15th, we were leaving to go camping. We found the kittens under our fold-out couch that turns into a bed, so we couldn't fold the couch back in. So those kittens are about to be a year old in July, right? Okay, then she had more kittens, her second kittens, which are the ones that are running around all the time. January 31st, so she's had 2 sets of kittens, okay? So the ones that are about to turn a year old, I told Tay, you can't be letting these cats outside, the ones that we didn't get rid of. We kept Bear in business and Beads. And he didn't listen. He lets them outside. They're boys, the other 2, but Bear happens to be a girl, and Bear got pregnant, okay? Story is, I was like, oh my god, who knows if she got pregnant by the same cat that her mom did, right? Like, I'm like freaking out. We don't know who she got pregnant by. Like, she went out, got pregnant, came back. I'm freaking out, reading up on it, and I've had cats that aren't a year old have kittens before. Like, 15 years ago, my cat, when Ari was a baby, my cat had kittens, and she was only like 8 months old. She ended up dying. Like, she had the cats right in front of me on the couch, and it was so sketchy. True story, I told Ari to ask his dad. I'm like, she laid right on our leather couch and had the kittens right in front of us, and then she ran out the door and never came back. All the kittens ended up dying except one, which we had to bottle feed. It was like the worst nightmare ever. So I'm over here traumatized from that event, thinking in my head, like, what am I going to do if this cat freaking dies right here in front of the kids or something? Because she's only 11 months old. She shouldn't be having kittens. I'm like, oh my god. So I'm freaking out the whole time reading up on it. Mind you, I'm reading stories about cats kill their babies if they're, like, inbred or anything. So I'm like, oh my god, they can tell, they can sense it, they can smell it, they'll eat their young. And then I was even talking to somebody else, and they were sending me pictures of how they had this cat that ate their babies. Like, they had babies, and then the next day they woke up and the babies were like just bones and blood, and her white fur was covered in blood. I was like traumatized. So I'm like, damn, I gotta prepare Tavares, because he's the one that turned me into a cat lady, because I hate cats. I gotta prepare him, okay? So I told him and Ari, I'm like, I don't know if it's gonna happen or not, but I'm like, this happened to me a while ago. My cat ran off. She died because she was too young to have kittens. I'm like, now I've been reading up that if they're inbred cats, they're gonna be eating their young. So I've been like fucking freaking out, probably traumatizing Ari and Tay too. But I had to make sure if anything sketchy happens that at least the older 2 are prepared. Okay, so mind you, it's been 3 months, something like that. Bear's about to pop, okay? So I'm gonna post a few videos of how I seen her acting the other day. Like, she was acting super fucking crazy. Alright, like, just a mess. Like, meowing, following me around the house. Like, every time I went to the bathroom, she came to the bathroom, like, rubbing up on me and all types of shit. And that's when we seen that she was bleeding. Tay had a poster that had fallen off the wall, and it was on the ground, and the back of it was white, and she was sitting on it, and there was blood. I'm like, oh my god, she's bleeding. The cat's bleeding. Shit, she's gonna have these babies. And we weren't really ready. I did buy a little new blanket and stuff, put it in the same bed that Oreo had the babies in, but the smells and everything, even if it's a different blanket, she wasn't gonna have those damn babies in that cage. We should have known better. So, oh my, embarrassing. So we locked the cat in the cage anyway, and she's crying and crying. So I put the thing upstairs so I don't have to deal with it, and I put it in Tavares' room. Tay ends up passing out, and Ari's down the hallway, but can't deal with it because Oreo's crying. I mean, Bear. Oreo ran away. As soon as Bear got pregnant, Oreo left us. So she lives across the street in the chicken coop. Because she was the mom of the house. She still had these babies that were only 8 weeks to 12 weeks old. Panda and the ones I got rid of. I don't know. I've been getting rid of cats. I'm the cat breeder now, so I've been like shipping them out. But we kept another 2 from the second set of kids. So she was still like breastfeeding them. And then when Bear got pregnant, she just didn't feel comfortable in the house anymore. So she left. But she lives right across the street. We see her every night. I try to feed her, but she runs from me now. And I think she might be pregnant again. I'm like, oh well, look, she can live with the neighbors in their chicken coop. I don't even care. Like, I'm not gonna be doing this. Oh, we're doing it. Hold up, I gotta fix something. So, I'm gonna play the videos of how the cat was acting while I fix my fan, okay? So, I'm gonna play these videos for you. This is how the cat was the other day. And then, I'll come back for the rest of the story. Margarita. Bear, you okay?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, she's lacking. And the margarita will Bear's in lab.
I think you were just cold because she came out here.
Oh, yeah, I bet. Oh, Kitty's nice, brother. She's okay. She's okay. Bear, you okay? You alright, Bear? Bear, you goody?
Vegas has the Lakers as the favorite to win the title, as they were when the season was suspended back in March. Lakers reporter David Manaman joining us now at Sports Center.
You alright, Bear? What's going on, Bear? You're tired, huh? You can't even move. Are you alright? Jesus Christ. I'm not gonna be able to smoke this with the fan, so let me go take a break. And then I'll come back and discuss part 2 of the story. But you've seen how the cat was acting, right? Well, I'm just retarded, so I shall return. Story time part 2 coming up. Okay, so where was I? So Bear was following me around, whining all day, like the same exact thing Oreo's did. So I've been through this. Well, the first time Oreo hid from us, and we just found the babies right when we were about to leave to go camping. So I don't know how we missed that. I must have slept through that. But the second time we watched her have them, I did it on video. We watched her eat her placenta. Following me around whining. Like, I don't really mess with the cats like that, so they don't usually want me to pet them, but all up on my legs, trying to rub their bloody ass all up on me and shit. I'm like, oh my god, no, Bear. So then you've seen me kept checking on her, and every time I moved, I would go outside, she would go to the inside. I would go to the bathroom, she'd go to the bathroom. I was down there on my carpet, she was down on the carpet. So anytime I moved, so I was like, Bear, you good, right? Alright, so then I just started ignoring it. I'm like, fuck it, I can't just keep dwelling on the cat because it was driving me crazy. My man was like, calm the fuck down. You're like fucking having anxiety over the cat. Like, you can't control what's happening with the cat. Like, you should have got her fixed. You didn't, period. Okay, so then I'm like, fuck it. I started making dinner, whatever. No, I made the kids get on the computer. That's what it was, to do their work. So we're all in the kitchen, and I'm like trying to help AJ type because he's still having an issue with the typing and stuff. And I'm leaning over, and mind you, the cats are right under my feet. And I thought she was like behind me a little bit. She was like right under the table, right next to my feet, and I didn't have my phone because I just went to the store. That's what it was. My phone was still in the car. I hadn't even gone out and got the rest of this shit yet because EJ was like, I can't type this, so I just and I'm like typing something in, and then all of a sudden I hear and I'm like, what the fuck? And I think it's like the YouTube behind me or something. I turn around. No, she popped the baby out right on the kitchen floor. Nothing there, nothing. The baby just popped out on the floor, dude, right? I'm like, oh my god, because we had already made her a bed on the rug with like old clothes. I'm like, she's gonna end up going in my office, having shit on my brand new clothes or the clothes I just dug out for summer. I'm like, hell no. So I took a pile of AJ's old clothes that don't fit, made those on the rug, on my brand new rug, because she kept laying there, and I'm like, she's bleeding in my new carpet, and I was like freaking out, but I didn't know what to do because she was like crying. And I'm like, she's too young for this. She's never done it. She's a first-time mom, teenager. I'm like, kids shouldn't have kids. Oh, God, I told you I was going crazy. So I had already made 3 different beds. One in the cage, one on the rug, and one in the hallway. Just because she kept going to those 3 places and, like, sitting down and kept licking herself. Like, we knew she was going to have the kids because we watched Oreo do the same shit. Like, keep licking all the nasty shit. Ugh. Imagine licking yourself to death. Ugh. Not to death, but just clean so you have the baby. Ugh. So she pops the baby out. So I start screaming, Ari, mind you, he's in his room. So he's upstairs ignoring everybody. He comes down like, what? I'm like, grab that. The sheet we just put on the floor and come pick up the baby. Mind you, she's eating the placenta, like, and she's like, looks like she's choking to death, right? And then it's still hooked to the baby, so it's pulling the baby, and it's pulling the baby towards her mouth. I'm like, oh my god, she's gonna eat the baby. I start screaming in my kitchen. I'm not even fucking kidding. And I'm like, oh my god, she's eating it. She's gonna eat it, because the legs were hooked to it from the under the back, so it looked like she was trying to eat the legs, and she's like, and her eyes were big and yellow, as huge as they could ever be. And I'm like, oh my god, she's gonna eat the baby. No, get the baby. So Ari starts yanking it, and I'm like, hurry. I'm like, you guys, we needed to have the floss, because I said you need to have petroleum jelly, gloves, a clean cloth, a wet cloth, and floss. I told you I had been watching videos. I'm like, well, we got the dental floss, we got the clean towels, we got the wet towels, and we got the thing. The only thing we don't have is petroleum jelly. My son's like, petroleum jelly for what? I'm like, don't worry about it. We don't need to worry about it. So then when I seen the huge puddle on the floor in the kitchen, I'm like, oh, her water just broke. That's what it was. Her water when it broke. I'm like, oh, I should have just, it said not to poke it with like a thing like they do at the hospital for when they popped my water, like every time I had a kid. So they always like stick this metal thing up here. They said not to use any sharp objects on the cat to use your finger. I was like, never would I fucking do that. So we skipped that part of my videos I was watching, and we just let her do it on her own. So then I'm like, well, we're cleaning up the puddle in the kitchen because it was huge puddle. Ari had moved the baby with the thing. I'm like, you can't touch it because she won't think. We pulled the baby out of her mouth, mind you. So I'm like, we need the dental floss. I'm like, if you just unconnect it, then the baby can breathe on its own, because it's still hooked to the umbilical cord thing that she's trying to eat with the placenta. So, like I said, she was getting it closer to her mouth, and I'm like, oh my god, she's gonna eat the baby, what the fuck? So Ari grabs the sheet and takes the baby and unhooks it. We get it unhooked, and she ends up swallowing the whole placenta. And I'm like, Bear, you can't eat your babies. No, we put the baby in the cage that we had already locked her in twice, and she was screaming until we let her out. Like, every time I just didn't want her bleeding all over the floor and shit, I kept having the kids, like, put her in the cage and shut the door. But she would, like, fight. And one time she even let herself out. Like, I swear to God, Ari said he let her out in the middle of the night, but the second time during the day, I swear to God, she let herself out of that cage. So I'm like, this cat's got hands, she can open it, whatever. So we took the baby, and we put the baby in the cage. And then the baby was on like a blanket and stuff, and I'm like, Bear, you gotta go in there with your baby. That's your baby. I'm like, you're a mom now. I'm like, I know it's your first one. Like, I know you're gonna have more. Whatever. Mind you, she's following me around. So I'm like, fuck it, lock her in the cage with the thing. So we lock her in the cage with the baby, and she's just whining and doesn't want to be in there. So, mind you, we unlocked the cage, and I'm like, just let her walk around. Maybe she needs to walk the second baby out. I'm like, I had to walk all my kids out. They were letting me walk up and down the hallway in between my contractions. So I'm like, I don't know what to do. She's been in labor for almost 16 hours because this started the night before at midnight. Mind you, this is like 3 in the afternoon or 4 already the next day. So this has been going on for hours. She was locked in the cage multiple hours overnight. Like I said, Ari let her out. The next morning, I'm like, why is Bear out of the cage? Is there babies? They were like, no. Okay, so then 3, 4 in the afternoon, she plops the first baby on the floor, right? We put it in the cage. That's where we are. Oh my god. So Angel comes home from work or whatever. That's when he tells me to calm the fuck down because I'm having fucking anxiety because Bear's like, I don't know if you noticed in the video, but I had been showing up closes of just her stomach. She was like breathing. The kids are saying that she's always been breathing like that. I'm like, when these cats have heart murmurs because she was breathing. She kept like panting with her tongue out of her mouth and doing some weird shit I've never seen this cat do. So I was like giving her water, like I fed her, and I'm like, Oreo wouldn't eat during her fucking labor. Like, it doesn't make sense that Bear's eating. Like, it's fucking weird. And I'm like, it's just crazy. I'm like, whatever, she's a different cat. I'm gonna go with it, let her eat, whatever. She's gonna shit all over. But she kept going to the litter box, like feeling like she had to go to the bathroom. I'm like, these babies are gonna be going in the litter box. So, while Angel gets home and I'm in the bathroom fucking having anxiety and he's yelling at me to calm the fuck down, and the kids are in the swimming pool, right? Oh no, Ari and Tay took the dog for a walk, right? The dog's toenails have to be cut. I bought those clippers, 3 months ago? Tay tried one time, I guess Bailey tried, wouldn't let him sit still. Now we're just walking, they're trying to hope like hell her nails just trim on their own. Okay. Anyway, they had went to go do that. They'd known it once a day, walking her up and down the road, hoping like hell her nails would fucking do their own shit. They're walking the dog. All of a sudden, I see the cat booking up the fucking stairs. I'm like, what the fuck, Bear? Why are you running like that? The baby was gone. She took the baby out of the cage and fucking ran up the stairs at 100 miles an hour. And I'm like, oh my god, Angel, she took the baby. And he was like, I'm not having anything to do with this, because I had told him, like, oh my god, what if she eats her babies? And he was like, no, I haven't even been seeing the same male cat around here. I've been seeing a different male cat. So then I'm like, okay. And then I realized that after the fact, Oreo's first litter was from a different dad. And then the second litter was from a different dad. So even if she got pregnant by the second dad, it's not her dad, because the first dad is a tiger. The second dad looks just like Oreo, has the mustache and everything, but he's like a scraggly stray and he's got bushy hair. It's funny that Oreo has a fucking twin with a mustache cat that's not even anything related to her, but they both have that weird fucking French mustache. So the dad of the panda and all of them have a mustache. So even if Bear got pregnant by the dad, it's not her dad. So the cats aren't retarded, we found out. Thank the fucking Lord. My man did some stray investigation around the naves. And I guess, and then all of a sudden now that Bear had the baby, there's been this other cat outside, so I'm like, oh my god, thank god that fucking it's not the same dad, but, because we would have inbred cats, but we don't. So, freaking, one lives in my garage, one lives out back of the garage, like there's all these mattresses that my landlord has in his second garage, and he's got all like these 1,000 doors and windows and like a bunch of old mattresses, and that's in the back on the train tracks, and that's where the other cats live. So, okay, where was I? So she runs up the fucking stairs, right? And by the time I get up the stairs, I don't see the cat anywhere, and I'm like, where the fuck would she go? And I'm like, oh, she's not in my office. She's not dropping the baby out the window off the porch. I'm like, shit, I left all my shit open. So I came in here, did a check, made sure there was no cats, shut my door. Went in Nolly's room because there's so much clothes everywhere in there. All she has is a bed and then clothes. So I'm like, they're gonna ruin our clothes. And then I remember the kids said that there was a hole in the mattress where they'd always seen the kittens hiding. So they had dug a hole up in Nolly's mattress from underneath her box spring, not her mattress. And we're able to get up in there. So I'm like, shit, is she gonna take this baby up in there and just fucking leave her? Or I'm not gonna know where it is. We're gonna find a dead cat. I'm like, oh my god, she's gonna go eat it. I don't know what she's doing. So I'm freaking out. I'm like, shit! So I'm searching under Nolly's bed. You can't even fit under there. And there's so much shoes and shit under there. I'm like, what the fuck? I can't find it, so I'm going outside to see where they are, and they're coming up the road. So I walk out and I'm like, yo, the cat fucking took the baby and ran. Mind you, Bear's already back downstairs by the time I get the kids and we're inside. And Bear's already downstairs. I go in the bathroom and I'm using the bathroom. She comes in and she's like trying to rub up on my leg. I'm like, Bear, you are a mom now. You need to stop. You need to go get me that baby or I'm not even going to pet you. And I'm telling you, the cat like looked right at me. Meow. That's what she said. And she walked right out of the room. I got up, flushed, washed my hands, you know, do what I do, walk out. She's waiting right there. She does a little circle with her tail in the air. She's like, meow. And I'm like, Bear, I'm not kidding. Where's the baby? I said, this is not a joke. You need to tell me where the baby is. She goes right up the stairs in under Tay's bed, and there's not one baby. There's a bunch of babies. She had already had the babies. So every time we were locking her in the cage, we were locking her away from her baby. But I didn't know. Oh my God. So I was panicking all day that she was eating her baby. And then she stole him and ran. She stole him and brought him up to the other one, so he wasn't by himself. Aww. So we have baby kitties again, and they're all look like Panda Manda. So I'm going to show you the video anyway. And you hear AJ 3 different times like, she plopped the baby on the floor. But like, if she didn't, we would have never known. And Tay had so much shit under his bed. Like, I shit you not, like 66 different types of drinks, juice boxes, soda bottles, empty under the bed. Like, it filled a whole white trash bag. I was disgusted, and we had to clean it. He still has to vacuum under there, but I don't want to disturb the babies because they're only like 2 days old now, so. But we did clean all the junk out, and then I'm like, maybe we should have did this because the other cats are going to be able to find him, so we put a bunch of the trucks back in, fire trucks, and like all these big ass Tonkas and shit that he has laying around. So the first video, mind you, you're going to see all the mess, okay? And then yesterday we had to do some cleanup, and then so we could take mattresses off the bed too so I could actually see. We still don't know exactly how many there is because of where she had them. She had them smart. But she wouldn't have them where we wanted, which means they're going to be able to free to walk around, which is not going to be okay with the boy cats in the house. So we're going to have to figure that out. She's going to have to get them changed and put them in the cage. We're going to have to clean that cage in soap and water so it doesn't smell like her mother. And now that I'm hoping that she had the babies, maybe Oreo will come back. I don't know. I'm a cat lady. I'm going cat crazy, and I don't even like cats, so. But story 10 ends on a good note. You thought she was going to eat her babies, too, didn't you? I'm telling you, she ran up the fucking stairs. I was shitting bricks. I'm like, oh my God, she's going to go eat the fucking baby. I'm like, I'm traumatized from those damn videos. But I didn't know if they were in all those ladies, the people telling those stories were talking about that their cat was either less than a year old or that they were inbred, like they had sex with their other male siblings or whatever from the same parents or whatever. So I'm like, fuck, shit. And they can sense it when they're born. They can sense if the cat's inbred or not, and that's why they end up eating them. And 9 times out of 10 is because the cat was either deformed, had leukemia, and they can sense cancer. Cats are smart, and that's why when I was like, Beard, I will not even pet you unless you go get that damn baby. I said, this is not a joke. And she went right up, like, come on, I'll show you the babies. Stop yelling at me, let's go. Stop locking me in the fucking cage. Poor cat. But it's like, fuck, we didn't know when we were up in Tay's room. We moved the whole cage to Tay's room that night. We didn't know there was already babies under the bed. I'm like, we'll put the cage in your room. That way she's upstairs away from everybody, just so, because AJ kept crying like, she won't stop. I don't want the cage in the kitchen, because AJ was laying in the kitchen on the couch. And I'm like, oh my God. So we moved it up to Tay's room and where the babies were anyway, but we didn't even know. It took us like 24 more hours to even find out that there was cats. Story time. Woo woo. I'm Megan's Big Fashionista. I'll show you the pictures and the videos of the cats now. Alright. Thanks, y'all. Hope you enjoyed my story. Hope you could hear me without this big ass wind machine on. Bye, y'all. So we followed Bear up the stairs because she stole the baby that she had on the floor in the kitchen randomly.
And it plopped out.
Out of the cage. We put the baby in the cage and tried to lock her in, and she was like, no! And then we come to find out she already had a bunch of babies. That's why she stole the baby and ran it up the stairs. I thought she was going to eat her baby. Look at all those babies, you crazy. Under the bed, you silly goose. Bear, what you got under there, dear? Bear. Oh, I see one. Bear, what you got under there?
Yeah, you can see him.
Oh, look at the babies. They don't even know how to walk, and they're walking away because they see the light. Hi, little guys. Hi, little baby guys. How many is there, Bear? Well, she's licking one. There's 2 crawling away. That's 3 at least. 1 plopped out on the floor. These aren't even 24 hours old. Yeah, maybe they are now 24 hours. Oh, look at those little ones on the edge. They're so cute. Hi, little guys. They can't even see yet. I don't remember the other ones being this small, guys, but they must have been.
The bear is a smaller cat than Oreo. But that's her true size. Right there in your head.
Oh my god, look at how little those are. Damn, Bear, you had some tiny babes.
Yeah, but look at her. She's tiny.
Oh my god, how many is there? There's like 7. What the fuck? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I see 6 at least. There's 6 heads. What do you mean? What's that one over there buried?
Hey, stop touching them.
Oh my god, look at them. They look like little cows. Look at that one going crazy.
He's like,
And there's one not moving at the end.
you want me to touch him? No, he is.
No.
Okay, he just moved.
No, not that one. The one underneath that one.
Because it's crazy.
Alright, the one that got plopped out on the kitchen floor. Give me some more. Bear, you goody?
Yeah, it's breathing. Look at
Is she? What's up with her having a heart attack?
She always breathes like that.
Oh my gosh, she's got like a heart murmur or something.
Yeah, all of them do.
Oh my god. That one's scratching the... Look at that one's hand. What is it doing? Oh my god, I can't see it, but it's moving a little bit.
I'm blinding them.
No, I can't see. Do it. I can't see them. It's too
They
dark.
meowed at me.
I don't care.
blinding me.
Stop. Do it.
I'm
Do
a
it. Do it.
grown up blind.
Oh my god, so cute, so cute. So cute, so cute. Bear, you're such a good mama, Bear. Where's Oreo now? She can't come home anyway now. You got these hiding up here. They're a heart attack, girl. Holy cat heart attack.
She's like, I don't want to be a grandmother yet.
Okay, Bear, you take care of your babies. Okay, Bear,
Mom,
cute little baby.